Yeah, say man, we in the building. Yeah. Nah, man, we finna have a great episode. We finna do it in the way it's supposed to be done. I know a lot of y'all saying, do y'all know Kane in real life? Have y'all ever met each other? Yeah. See, what y'all don't realize, homie, is this is beyond the internet. You see, a lot of these people are caught up in the internet, homie. They're not able to go out into the real world and make things happen.
Nope.
So we gonna bring the podcast to y'all in a way in which you never received it, homie. I know a lot of y'all sitting right there saying, no, they not really with each other. This is that, that is this. They sitting back saying, yo, hey, listen, I'm gonna need my moderators to really do what they're supposed to do because we're look at the Keisha's already trying to propose. We're a little bit further away from the screen, so we won't be able to, press the button as much. So moderators, make sure you know what you're supposed to do. And if anybody comes in here talking about the Super Bowl, get them out of my chat. So with that being said, Kane, what would you like to say?
Yeah, man, you already know what time it is. We're back here to serve some more game on the ground for the Hungry Hounds. You just got the pound and are ready for the next round, man. A lot of y'all gonna sit around and y'all gonna let Keisha out, and that's what we're
And
here
double
for.
tap the screen now.
We're here to make y'all let Keisha out. And that's 100% facts, bro.
Out.
You see? Look
Look
yeah.
at him. Look at him. Look at this
Gone.
dude. Out.
Bye.
Dude's
Bye.
coming up in the line
Karate
talking
chop.
about what they want to put down their throat.
Karate chop.
Yeah.
Karate chop.
Yeah. Chop it
Karate
right,
chop.
like karate? Yeah. You
Karate
see,
chop them on
y'all doing too much typing. Y'all doing too much talking. Y'all doing too much talking. You see, this is the reason why I sit back and I say to myself, all you got to do is be you, and the fraudulent energy will always expose itself in due time. These people don't take the due diligence to even make sure that their signature looks proper whenever they get their IDs. But they come into a comment section doing all this typing, doing all this yapping. And I'm sitting back and I'm saying, of course they have all the energy because they don't use it for anything that's actually proper. And then even when they try to be offensive, they can't even spell the offensive words properly, right? They're trying to take shortcuts to hurl insults, and it just gets redirected because it's never ever been selected. You see, our views continue to go up, and even if they go down, guess what? We still go up. You see, we win by default. Y'all don't ever win. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you're losing. So hey man, say man, what you got to say, Kane? And get that up out of here, man. I don't want to see no random hands jumping up out of my screen. What y'all got going on? What you trying to do with that hand, boy? Get that out of here.
Man, a lot of y'all be sitting around waving, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Y'all be sitting around trying to get everybody's attention. But at the end of the day, brother, the only attention you should be trying to get is your girl's attention. If she ain't giving you her attention, then you got something wrong with you. You need to work on something. You need to do some deep examining within your mind and figure out why it is that your girl is unattracted to you. And it more than likely will be because you are waving your hand trying to get other dudes' attention.
That's too many. That's way too many comments. Y'all doing too much typing. I didn't say it was time to talk. The ladies, I don't mind the compliments. If they would like to, talk. Oh no, here it is. We're not going live with you. Absolutely not. We're not going live with any of you guys, man. Listen, I know the Super Bowl is over. A lot of y'all are sitting around saying, "Oh man, I'm so happy for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift," but we don't need any of that energy, okay? So y'all ain't coming up on the panel. This is the only person that I ever allow up on my show, and I'm the only person that he ever allows on his show. I know a lot of y'all want to feel special. I know a lot of you would like to, have a special guest appearance, but it will never happen. You will never ever cause an interference with the show. And I will tell you, if you don't like this show, you can quickly leave. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all sit around and get mad because we giving good game. Like your boy Zalin, he mad at Tucker because he giving a quality game. He's speaking the truth, and now all of a sudden he don't want him to be here no more. Isn't it funny that when you speak the truth, the Keishas no longer want you to even be here? They don't want you to be able to speak. They don't want you to be able to do anything. Kane, what do you have to say about that? And make sure, before he says that, make sure each and every single one of you send me a message immediately right now on TikTok. So afterwards, I can send you my Snapchat. That is the best way to talk to me, knowing I'm going live next and everything like that. So, Kane, what do you have to say about that, man?
Yeah, man, when you sit around, and this is the thing, man, the Keishas, they're not afraid of lies. They're afraid of telling the truth and being exposed. See, everything that's done in the dark will be brought to the light, and that's 100% facts. Your boy TC got put on a delete list, and it's unfortunate, bro, because he's sitting here, he really, like Minecraft, he digging deep, trying to find the diamonds within all the dirt and stuff like that, man. He really digging deep, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. And he even offered an interview to your boy Z, but Z don't want it. Z don't like him because he interviewed your boy P first, and he didn't like that. So, man, Z's a real Keisha, and that goes to show you, man, what's really going on. What's really going on over there on that side of the world? Why is he putting your boy TC on the list? Why is he threatening, trying to do it? Why is he trying to, what's the word? When you're trying to keep somebody from saying something.
He's trying to silence him.
Yeah, he's trying to silence him. He don't want him to speak the truth, and that's what happens with the Keisha.
Chris, listen, buddy. You're a moderator, but listen. I will put you on the mute list the next time that you interrupt Kane when he is speaking. We're sitting here, we're talking. My guy literally lost his thought because he was trying to get redirected. And here it is. You come out of nowhere talking about, hey, you mind telling us all what the name of the podcast is? I know you're speaking the truth and you're talking about this and you're talking about that, but forget whatever you're talking about because what I have to say is highly important. And they're just sitting around. It's like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Instead of actually processing this information and learning something new and being able to be mindful and present of what we're speaking about in the current moment, rather than be like Haley and just do your job, they want to do all these different things. This is the reason why I sit back and I say to myself, there's a lot of people just impulsively reacting. Do you know how many guys sat around and watched Taylor Swift scream in the stands and watched a guy run up and down the field to grab balls?
Yeah, that burp was for all y'all Keishas, man. Y'all
and everybody double tap the screen. I don't want to see no more type until we get to 2K likes. The next comment that I see without us having 2K likes, you're going to see a special guest button pressed. So, Kane, I'm going to let you talk for a little bit while I sit back and just chill. Yeah, we be yapping and capping. We could literally go live and talk about absolutely nothing. And even if you all left, we'd still keep talking. You see, that's the thing. They don't understand, bro. We got the game. And the game is to be given to whoever wants to receive it. Get that up out of here, man. If I can't read it from back here, it needs to go. If I can't read it from back here, it needs to go. If you type too many words, it's got to go. If there's more than 4 words in any sentence, moderators, immediately out of my chat. What you got to say?
Yeah, man. See, this is the thing with the Super Bowl happening today. There's a whole lot of y'all that sat around and you got on your phone. You said you dialed up your work phone and you said, "Hey, boss, I can't come in today." Oh, why is that? Oh, I gotta watch the Super Bowl. Oh, word. Yeah, I gotta watch a bunch of dudes sit around and run up a field fighting over a ball and see who can hold the ball the longest in their hands and run the farthest with it. And then y'all sit around and guess what? You done lost your jobs, you done lost your income, now your girl finna leave you, your wife finna divorce you because you have no way of providing for the household, and she's mad because you'd rather sit around and watch other dudes run up and down the field, and you got their name on your back, you got the number on your back, you got everything to do with them and nothing to do with your girl or your wife. And that's why a lot of y'all so miserable, dude, because y'all be sitting around so worried so much more about other dudes than you are about what you got going on in front of you in your own household. It's just, it's goofy, man. It's you can't make it up.
Do you know how many dudes right now ran to the couch during halftime to watch Usher before their girlfriends even did? I bet you there were dudes that literally were in the process of creating the baby that as soon as Usher got on the screen, they ran to the living room, did a front flip over the top of the couch, sat down, crisscross applesauce, and started biting their lip while they were watching.
You know what they did?
What?
They made the baby while they was watching him.
And while they were making the baby, that man was thinking about Usher. You see, this is what I'm saying, man. I'm sitting back and I'm saying there ain't even love in this club no more. They want to give the love to the other brothers. This is why I sit back and I say, man, I pay attention to what people do, and it's not very in sync with what they say. They'll sit back and they'll give you all this gratitude about their attitude, and then all of a sudden they'll show you how sassy they are, right? And they'll claim that they can maintain any type of semblance of frame, but as soon as they get emotionally bothered, everything goes out the window. I think I might just jump out the window. That's exactly how they go, you know?
That's 100% facts, bro. A lot of y'all sit around and the second you get slightest bit of ounce of stress, you start tripping and shutting down and tripping out, bro. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do that. When somebody asks you a simple question, you break down. Oh, I don't know why you like this. I don't know why you like that. I don't know why you saying that to me. And then just like, I gotta go home, man. I gotta go home from work early because my tummy hurts. Like, come on, bro. You can't make this up. Y'all sit around and say that you're supposed to be men, but you can't handle a little bit of stress. Come on, bro. How you supposed to handle leading a family, let alone not being able to handle no type of stress on your shoulder?
Yeah, man. It's just like, It's an obsessive behavior and a need to get acceptance. You know, these individuals will steadily put themselves in party environments. And the funny thing about it is, even when they go to the parties, they're quiet, they're isolated. They swear that they want to become someone who can have this and that, but even when they go in the environments, they don't even put in the work. Whenever they want to be in a relationship with a lady, they don't even put in the work of actually being who they are. They try to pretend to be a certain thing to impress someone, and then once that person is sold, well, guess what? Once you have them and they actually see who you are, that mirage that you were able to place upon their eyes, their ears, whatever the case may be, it slips away, and then who you truly are is shown, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I sit back and I say, man, I don't listen to anything anybody says on the internet. They might be like, man, I'm loyal, and then be disloyal. Man, I'm honest, and be dishonest. They'll say all these things that sound good, but just because it sounds good doesn't mean it is good. And a lot of you, man, you swear that you stand on morals, principles, and all these different types of things, but if your favorite celebrity does that activity, all of a sudden you're congratulating them. You guys have nothing that you stand on. You stand on quicksand, and everybody knows what happens to those who stand in quicksand.
You start sinking. You gotta be just like your boy Charleston White, man. When he went and he filmed that video, it was 20 girls and one uncle or something like that. When they sat around, they had that
Look at what guys are thinking about while we're talking. I mean, we're sitting here, we're giving good game, and this grown man is sitting around, literally, he's got, you know how them girls be doing the splits? He's got one leg behind, and he's sitting on that leg, and he's got his thumb in his mouth, talking about, oh, man, I don't want to hear nothing y'all say, man. I just want to see y'all kiss already.
He got one thumb in his mouth, the other one down below.
Bro, and I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, how do you see two guys? And first of all, why are you watching us at this hour of the night anyways? That's kind of strange. But I've seen Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. Not just a show, pun intended. But it's completely asinine to me that we can be sitting here giving proper game. We're all talking to grown-ups here, right? Because all the kids have school tomorrow. They're asleep. There's no way in the world that they'd possibly be awake right now.
Right.
And these grown men, they are sitting around talking about me and you kissing. What is going on with these guys?
I've seen some
what ingredients are they putting in their ramen noodles?
I've seen some pretty bad stuff myself, man. Not just on social media, but in person. It's terrible. I mean, it's only going to get worse and worse. And the only way to combat it is by planting seeds in the minds of your children, not the establishment's children. Don't let schools do all that stuff. No, you got to plant your seeds in your children and let them know what is and what ain't. That's the only way you're going to be able to combat the craziness that's going on out here, man. It's only going to get worse and worse. And the only way to put an end to it is by raising the next generation the way they're supposed to be raised.
Yeah, man. I mean, too many times individuals be like, well, man, it's because of Lil Nas X. It's because of this and it's because of that. And it's like They forget what it is to have authority in the household. You know, at the end of the day, whatever your kid is consuming, at the end of the day, it's your fault. Mm-hmm. Well, I work this and I do this. Man, you can always complain about like these reasons why you don't do what you need to because of your responsibilities, but your responsibilities are what you're supposed to do. You have to acclimate to whatever circumstances that you're given, and you still have to be present in your kids' lives. You know what I'm saying? It's like so many times they want to blame rappers. They want to blame Cardi B. They want to blame Ice Spice. It's not none of their faults. They're just playing a character. They're making money. They're getting a bag. Do I agree with the messages that they're putting out? Absolutely not. But I have the control to consume that content or to pass by. And a lot of people, they can't bypass it, so they want to make excuses and they want to take others' platforms instead of just removing their attention. This is the reason why I say, man, you can't sit around and complain about the same very things that you look up. You're constantly looking for it. And it's true. The proof is in the pudding, because what does your algorithm steadily fuel you? More of that content. Literally, a lot of these guys, they swear that they're straight. Let them open up the Twitter app and guarantee what you see in the For You page is not going to be For You page. To all the ladies out there named Paige. I'm just giving you some good game. So, what do you guys say?
Look at the history, bro. That's all you got to do. You don't want to look at that history, because that history is going to be long, full of long things that you're not sure you want to see. So yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. People sit around. I hear a lot of times people say, "Oh man, well I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that because I always work all the time." So what they do is they find a substitute instead of paying somebody to watch their kids. They sit their kids down on the iPad or their phone or whatever the case may be, or the game console. And they give their authority over to technology, and that's why they done lost control of their kids, bro. They gave their authority over to technology, inanimate object. of which they are now being programmed to do the things that they do, to say the things that they say, to feel the things they feel. And now you can't take it out of your kid's mind because now it's been planted. When you should have been planted your seeds. And when you sit around and say, oh man, well I'm a single mother, I do this, I do that. Well, guess what, man? You shouldn't have laid down with a ain't nothing nobody. Man. You shouldn't have gave no access to nobody if you wasn't ready to have that type of responsibility. If you know that he would have been left and took off on you, if you had a baby with him, you shouldn't have been around him in the first place. That's your fault for not doing your research. And that's 100% facts and not opinion.
Yeah, that's absolutely, unapologetically the truth. And another thing that I want to talk about is, guys that are literally turning into Kirby, putting everything in the refrigerator in their system within a 12-hour period. And then they're sitting around and saying, I just want to pursue happiness, and eventually I won't look like, I came from under the sea. And what I sit back and I say to myself is, look at this Keisha right here, out of my chat. But what I sit back and I say to myself is, what do you think about the balloons that they constantly say that they love the way that they are because they're happy with it when it's pure cope? Like, do you think that it's pure cope? And what do you think will truly help these balloons pop?
I think what would truly help them pop is if they had a measurement that they could step on.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah. Listen up, chat. And everybody double tap the screen. Out of here, man. Look at him. See? That is a balloon. Literally screaming in the chat what type of long meat he wants to put in his... Anyways, back to what you were saying.
You need a measurement tool to step on. And when it says unable to measure, that's when that balloon need to pop. If that balloon don't pop at that point, I think there might be no hope for you, son. Because there's no way that you can sit there. Because if looking at yourself ain't going to get you to do something, and the measuring ain't going to get you to do nothing, there probably ain't going to be no hope for you. The only thing left that might actually get you to get up and do something about it is if you constantly get rejected by females. As a man, if you like that. And as a female, and you want a dude, and you a balloon, and he keep rejecting you, that got to be the only thing that's going to get you to get up and do something.
And another reason to why I think it's cope, like, they say that this is who they are and they're comfortable with it and that they're just big boned. But whenever you look at their created characters on any video game that requires customization, their characters are always fit.
Yeah.
So what I notice a lot of times about video games is people try to curate a reality that they wish they could have in the real world. So since they're unwilling because they have unwavering laziness that prohibits them from actually becoming who they would like to be, they try to have this representation on a video game. So what I'm basically trying to ask is, why do they say that they're comfortable with the appearance that they have in real life when you look at their avatars on the internet, it's actually quite the opposite? Do you think that's cope as well?
I think what they do is they use the virtual reality to paint who they want to be, because in the real world they don't got no type of ounce of motivation of self-discipline to get up and actually make themselves into that person. I can't tell you how many people I've done ran into in my life that are balloons, and they sit around, I don't got time to work out, man. I don't got time to do this. I don't got time to do that. But they got time to sit there and go down every single aisle in the grocery store and pick out something off the shelf. And then some. They go to the fast food restaurants and they order the whole menu.
5 for 5.
And then the next day the refrigerator empty again. Their pantry is empty again. So when I'm sitting around, I'm saying they don't have the self-discipline to deny themselves. They want to sit around and they want to eat what pleases them. They want to do what pleases them, which is eating. They want that feel-good sensation because they're too lazy to get up and feel good about themselves. That's just how it is.
Yeah, man. You see, a lot of them prioritize happiness. You can take some of the most insane people of all time, and if you allow them to do the actions of insanity that they always did, that would be the happiest level that they could possibly be living. But this just goes to show that always pursuing happiness is not always going to actually be the best thing for you, because one thing about this life is it's temporary. The one after is permanent. So if you're making certain decisions just steadily trying to be in the state of happy, you're going to have a very, very overwhelming sense of reality happen whenever that's taken away from you. You see, people don't want to improve because they understand that in order to improve, you have to lose. And when you lose, you go through a lot of pain. They don't know how to properly channel that. And what they've done today in 2024 is they try to put all these different types of terminologies all in the name of replacing grind with seeming like it's some sort of insanity, making it seem like some sort of a disorder where it's an obsession. Rather than it just being you grow, they try to make it seem like you're doing too much because they want you to do little. They want you to be completely, you know what I'm saying, just incapable. They want you to just live only by your means and not beyond it. They don't want you to have aspirations. They don't want you to have inspirations. They want you to only do what they allow you to do, and anything outside of that, it's this and it's that, you know? And that's the reason why they capitulate certain realities on these commercials, and they have celebrities who clearly have a lot of money try to downplay themselves and make it seem like their lives aren't this and that anybody can do it just by existing, when they had to do all these things. They had to lose many, many times in order to win just once, you know?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about them celebrities, though. They may have had to lose multiple times, but there's one thing that they only had to lose once, and that was their soul. Once they lost that, they took off. They can't get that soul back unless they do a whole lot of stuff, go through a whole lot of suffering to get it back. And let me tell you something, it's worth it. If you want to get it back, it is worth it. But no, man, let me tell y'all something about happiness. There is a difference between pursuing happiness and being in a bad situation and continuing to choose to be happy, even though you are in that situation. You might be facing difficulties. You might be facing some financial problems or some physical problems or some mental problems or whatever the case may be. But you got to choose to have a positive mindset while you're going through them problems. Because if you don't, you ain't going to figure out a way how to get out of them. And all you're going to do is just sit there and dig yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. So instead of pursuing happiness when you're in a bad situation, choose to be happy through that bad situation and get yourself through it.
Yeah, man. You see, at the end of the day, a lot of individuals are looking for somebody else to pat them on the back. And I've actually reiterated this many, many times at this point, that the same people that you expect to pat you on your back will inevitably be the same people to stab you in your back. And that's just true, man. Like, most people aren't actually happy for your success unless they're a part of it. They might play possum and make it seem like they're proud of you, but, you know, behind closed doors and to where they think that there's nobody listening, the truth will come out. You know, the reality will come out. And that's just the fact of the matter. You know, nowadays we live in a virtual reality. And I was actually having this conversation with someone the other day. Me and you could be having a conversation, and your face could be disagreeing with me, but your words could be agreeing with me. Your camera will be off. You're behind an avatar. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing all that talking, man. Get them likes up. Yeah. Get them likes up, man. Y'all doing too much typing. But, you know, it'll seem like they agree with you by their words, but by their actions and by their facial expressions, there's a whole different story being told that's untold. Mm-hmm. You see, so this is the reason why I sit back and I say, man, be very wary of who you try to build relationships with when it comes to the internet, because if they don't know themselves, how can they know you? And if you don't know yourself, how can you know them? You're always going to be mafused because, homie, you don't have a system in which you can rely on to be able to determine who this person is. So you're trusting that they're going to tell you who they are. Why would someone who has the winning card show you that card in their hand just so you can help them lose it?
That's facts, bro. I know from personal experience, off and on the internet, that people will sit around and they will turn their back on you over things that aren't necessarily even super important, you know. And it's crazy because here you are, a human being, you have built a valuable relationship or brotherhood or whatever the case may be with somebody from beginning to where you're at now. But when the simplest thing comes up that is more important than you, they're going to throw you to the butt. They're going to throw you under the bus and dip out. You know, they're going to trip you in the zombie apocalypse and run away. And that's just what they do, because that's just the type of person that they've always been. And it's crazy because a lot of times them people, they'll give you the signs. They'll show you multiple times what they are. But when you don't understand it, when you don't know how to pay attention to them signs, it's easy to be fooled.
Man, yeah, this is 100% facts, you know, and there's just so much going on around the world, and people do not actually look outside of the matrix to be able to see, why is this being brought to us? Why is this being presented? What is this distracting us from? You see, they would rather worry about the rappers. They would rather worry about the WWE chairman and like all these things that actually don't matter, but they don't pay attention to what's changing in their grocery stores. They don't pay attention to what's changing in the curriculum within their schools. They don't pay attention to even anything on the city level when it comes to legislation that's being passed. But they're all knowledgeable and all knowing about the newest evolution form of a Pikachu in a Pokemon show. These dudes will sit around, they won't even check up on their bros, they won't even check up on their girl, their kids, but they'll call another man to check up on their PS4 remote. We're living in a day and an age where dudes won't even call their homeboys to check how they're doing. They'll call to check on a PS4 remote. Is my PS4 remote good? Let me talk to it. How she do it? Like, say, this is the reality that we living in, homie. You'll have your homie, and he'll live in the same city as you. He won't even support you. He won't even show an ounce of support, but he'll subscribe to 5 different girls on OF.
Yep.
Right?
That's 100% facts.
Say you only had 2 viewers, because a lot of people, they're influenced by the statistics. So right now we have a certain amount of views. There's a lot of people that would normally stay in attendance that left because they saw a low view count. A lot of people are impressed by numbers. So if you had 2 viewers in your chat and I had 2,000, they'd be more likely to show me love rather than you, because they're not going to be seen showing love. This is exactly why people display their acts of kindness to the homeless, because they want to be worshipped. If no one saw them doing good, they wouldn't do good, because good is not within them.
Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. In other words, do not give to people. Don't do good deeds just to be seen, because those aren't good deeds. Those become false deeds. Those deeds become empty. Your boy Jesus Christ said it the best, man. He said, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give out of humility. Don't even pat yourself on the back. Don't even congratulate yourself in the room. Do it because it's what you're supposed to do. Don't sit there and record yourself. Hey guys, guess what? We're finna go over here to this homeless man. We're finna give him $10,000 and we're gonna see what he does. And then we're gonna secretly film him and see where he goes to see what he spends it on. Like, come on, bro. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, man. It's just all in the name of trying to impress people. A lot of people, they use social media for the wrong things. I honestly don't think that you should be a spokesperson when it comes to just giving game if you don't know yourself, because all you would sound like is a robot. And this is what I tell people all the time. They watch all these other content creators, influencers, relationship coach, whatever the case may be, and they sit back and they just listen to what they say and they just say it. They don't even believe it, or they haven't even tested the ideology to even know if it exemplifies them or even if they measure up to it. But just because they get motivated, they think that the success that the motivator gave has now been garnered to them. And it doesn't make any sense. You can't mirror something you haven't obtained.
That's 100% facts, but a lot of people, the students always dream of being the teacher. Have you ever noticed that?
Students always dream of being the teacher. Okay.
And one of my favorite sayings that I used to hear all the time, one of my favorite TV shows, it says, only the student has hopes of defeating the master. And in this case, the person that you're trying to give game, the next day you're going to see them trying to give that same game to somebody else when they ain't even tried it themselves. I know this from personal experience, because some of y'all may not know. I used to teach martial arts. And there would be a student who is higher ranked than the next one. And I'd be teaching him a new form, a new technique. And then next day, he'd be trying to teach the lower ranking student the same thing that I just taught him. But he ain't teaching it the right way because he ain't practiced it enough times. Like, people always want to take the credit. People always want to be the teacher when they still a student.
Yeah, man. And, you have to be that person where it's like silence speaks louder than words, homie. Actions speak louder than words, homie. So, a lot of people try to talk themselves into association and affiliation. That's not the way for it to work, because real reputables, real successful people, there's a stench that's on you and we can smell it, we can detect it. You're trying to impress us. You're trying to overcompensate. When you have to try to prove who you are by way of words, that's not who you are. And that's why you guys try to overdo it. That's why a lot of these Keishas, they hide behind anonymous profiles and they just lit out what they lit out, hoping that they can get out. They're litting out what they can lit out, hoping that they can get out. You see, a lot of people, they sit back and say, man, I don't ever want to go to Risen. Man, I don't ever want to go to Ale. Homie, you're in one right now. You see, the worst one to be in is the one that you're not aware of, that you're constantly in. The worst one to be in is the one that you're not even aware that you are currently being held in. And a lot of people, man, they're giving up the buns for cheap, man. The devil ain't even got a, what they call it? Yeah, he ain't got to even back at you. You just giving it to him. Throw that ad in a circle. You throwing it in a straight line through the grapevine. And hey, man, we heard what the snake was doing. Yeah, man, see, a lot of y'all, man, you claim to be lions. You're wolves in sheepskins. The serpent is all around you. Slytherin. So that's the reason why we ain't listening. And that's the reason why y'all whispering. You see, y'all type in the comment section, oh, man, we don't like you. Man, y'all should just kiss. Oh, this and that. Have you heard about and we don't even hear you because there's no value, there's no substance. I don't see anything within any word that you typed that provides me any value. Doesn't make my life any better, and it doesn't make my IQ even higher.
Nope.
So with that being said, why do you need a response? Insufficient funds. Get your bag up.
That's 100% facts, bro. Man, y'all be dropping it low. That we don't even gotta work for it no more. Y'all just be dropping it, man. It's crazy,
like
man.
Yeah. It's hot.
Be shaking it, dropping it, getting
like
down, getting low. All types of stuff, man. And it's just crazy. Y'all sit around and y'all do everything that you don't supposed to do, thinking, oh yeah, man, this is gonna get me this is gonna get me that. Maybe if I just act a clown on the internet, I'll get some views. Man, I can't tell you the amount of goofy things that I've done seen on the internet that it's just like, why? What was, you ever seen something like that where you just see something and you're just like, what's the point of that? Like,
bro, I recently saw a dude sit on TikTok, and at first he was all happy, but once he saw his views go down, he wanted to go eat.
Bro, that's 10 seconds.
What does that tell you? What is that called?
That's
he went from being happy that he had a lot of viewers. Now that he doesn't have a lot of attention, he's no longer happy. So he's only happy with the presence of others. And once he no longer has it, he wants to go eat.
It's crazy, man.
That's how you become a bouncy house.
Yeah, that's how you become a bloatfish, man. You can't make the stuff up. You know, there's a lot of things that I've seen that it's just like, bro, that's 10 seconds of my life I ain't never gonna get back. And it's just crazy, man. Y'all be sitting around really thirsting for attention, man. Y'all be gawking for the attention. And it's just like, calm down. Like, it's not that serious, bro. Just like, sit back.
Sit back and chill, just like this, man. If you don't notice, we're currently in a snow situation, and a lot of you, man, you would go out of your way in the snow for it, but you wouldn't go out of the way in the snow for it, bro. You wouldn't even go out of your way in the snow for yourself. A lot of you could be using this opportunity where it's absolutely cold outside to go outside and break a sweat. Make something happen. Do something that nobody else would, that will put you at a further level, homie, because when you go through hardships and difficulties, it literally levels up your experience. A lot of you literally haven't exhausted all your attempts and just variations of whatever it is that you do to even look for another way to do it online. It's like when Kane, he was sitting around playing, I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever. He literally tried over and over to do this and do that until he couldn't. And once there was literally nothing else for him to do, then he looked up, a video to get advice on how to handle it. But a lot of you run into one obstacle and all of a sudden you want to go to a different course. And it's just like, bro, living that lifestyle, what is that?
Swan.
Shout out to you for the swan. I appreciate it. You see what happens, bro? We could have ended the live and went and bought some food because we're mad that the views dropped from 100 down. But it's like, bro, I don't know how you feel about this. And I want to hear your perspective. And guys, we're nearing the end of the show. So stay tuned and lock in, man. The game ain't going to be given forever. It'll be given tomorrow, but not forever. But anyways, the game is to be bought. That's the reason why you just purchased. No, I'm just playing. But but it really ain't. Yeah, but it might be. Yeah. No, see, you don't know, man. That's the character. You don't never know. I could sit here and say I love One Direction, and once I get off here, I'm going the opposite direction. Y'all don't know what's going on. Watch me on your TV. I know some of y'all screen mirroring me on your parents' living room. If they walk in there and they see you with the Scooby-Doo underwear on, and you sing crisscross applesauce eating goldfish, and you watching me on your screen, boy, you gonna be the first person in history to get evicted by your parents.
Bro, some of y'all was getting it on with your partner and you stopped because you got the notification that he went live.
Dude, I remember when we had a moderator back in the day that literally was in the shower, no clothes on, watching me live.
Bro, you know how many times I've done seen somebody say, ooh, I'm doing this in the toilet while you're live.
Dude, it's like if I pulled a Drake and I dropped a picture of my hot dog, these dudes will literally use it as their wallpaper.
Bro, I done seen some people say, ooh, man, I'm doing this to myself, man. I'm touching this and I'm touching that while you're live.
But anyways, back to what I was going to ask, man. You Keishas really be getting me in a whole different realm. I could go on about that all day. But what do you think about when views decrease? Do you actually like it, or do you like when your views go up? Because me personally, I understand that my appearance and my delivery is always going to be alluring because I'm the best definition of what these ladies want. They're saying one thing, but I do what I do. The numbers go up. But once they go down, my energy level is still the same. Do you like, obviously you want to grow, right? But when your views go down, or whenever you post a song or you post a picture and it doesn't necessarily get the metrics that you thought, do you get discouraged, or do you feel more motivated to keep going? Like, how do you look at it? Because the way that I look at flops is I love it. I love it, bro. I love when a song flops. I love when a picture flops. because it's all real, it's all authentic, and I just got to go harder and harder. As long as I like what I put out, I'm gonna keep putting it out. But how do you feel about that? I want to know, because everybody doesn't necessarily have that perspective on that matter. A lot of people, they need likes, clicks, and views to feel verified. That's the reason why they pay for blue check marks. I've had one since 2019.
It ain't even about whether or not you like flopping. It's just about, you just got to keep going. You know, a lot of people sit around, like you said, they're number based, man. Ooh, I got to see thousands of views. Ooh, I got to see thousands of likes and comments. You can get one view, you're going to stop. The second you get one view, you're going to stop. Me, bro, if I see one view, I'm just going to keep going. It might annoy me a little bit, cool, but at the end of the day, I just keep going, bro. That's all it is. Okay, you flop today, try again tomorrow. Do it again tomorrow. If you flop tomorrow, do it again the next day. You know, a lot of people, they run into so many different walls before they finally break through, before they finally reach their destination. They done went, they following the map to get to the X, and they done ran through so many different obstacles, man, and they stop at one obstacle and say, ooh, it's okay, man, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to let somebody else do it. Just keep going, bro.
You got people, you are so popular, you're so polarizing, to the point to where dudes are making usernames with your name in it. But they combined it with another man. So they want the double. They want the Neapolitan ice cream sandwich featuring you and that guy.
It's not surprising.
I mean, you literally can't make this up. Cream on the inside, cream on the outside, ice cream paint job.
It's not surprising, bro. I've seen so much worse. I've seen so much worse.
And this is why I do not blame the ladies for denying these guys. Because why would a lady want to be in a relationship with a guy who is more into other guys than the girl he's with? These guys came. We've had so many experiences, not just on the internet. I remember when we went to that hibachi steakhouse. We were eating our food.
Oh, no.
We're outside just minding our business. We're doing a quick little live, just doing a little bit of rapping and capping. And a dude was with his girlfriend and some other girl. He ran out of the restaurant, came over and said, I like your jacket. Can I take some pictures of y'all?
Bro, this dude ran. He was holding hands with this girl, and he let go. Bolted out the door. Said, hey, babe, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take some pictures of these guys over here while you sit there and eat your food by yourself.
And then the crazy part is, if he walked back in that restaurant and saw another dude sitting with his girl, he'd be mad.
He'd be angry. Why are you cheating on me? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? See, dang, man, I used to sit around back in the day. I used to be like, man, why do females be cheating so much? See the dudes that we have now, bro, I'm not surprised as to why they cheat so much. I can't even be mad at them.
Dude.
Because these dudes ain't what these females need.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like, get that out of here. I didn't ask. It's so good. Keep going. I didn't ask, man. And if you're going to give me a compliment, use the most advanced levels of compliment words. If you're going to say good, say great. Say it's the greatest thing that you ever saw. Say it's monumental. If you're going to give me a compliment, I want it to be the richest of the richest. Because guess what, homie? We don't settle for less.
You need to go tell your girl that it's so good.
Yeah.
Go tell her that you had a good time last night. Yeah.
Look at him watching us. Look at that giant. That dude, I guarantee that person literally made their profile picture that just so he could see that. You see that right there, right? Look at that. I mean, you literally can't make this up. It's absolutely asinine. But this is why I say I do my show for you to know. Look at that. I mean, you literally can't make this up. You pulled out your camera, Sid, and zoomed in to the furthest lens. It literally looks like you're Sid from Toy Story 2 when he was outside looking at the little soldiers with the magnifying glass. And you're doing that all in the name of, yeah, I want you to know I'm looking at you. Do you see what I see? What?
No.
These are the same types of guys who play Fortnite all the time. They have every single battle season pass. And the greatest moment of their 2023 was when McDonald's announced the grown-up Happy Meals.
Bro, they be sitting there eating hot Cheetos, drinking Mountain Dew, sucking the Cheeto sauce off their fingers.
They still buy the Pokemon cards. Dude, back when I was younger, I had a binder full of Pokemon cards, baseball cards. Like, I was collecting these things, not to sell them, but because as kids, we played card games. Now you've got grown men that will literally turn into Super Smash Bros. Melee over the last few boxes of Pokemon cards. Oh, man, this Charizard, it might be worth $3,000. Bro, little Timmy wants to use that at the Boys and Girls Club with his friends so they can play Pokemon. Why is a full-grown adult going to Walmart, frantically running and trying to skirmish as many packages of Pokemon cards as he possibly can?
Bro, I never had Pokemon cards as a kid. Never had baseball cards as a kid. You know what I had? I had them Hot Wheels toys. Yeah, we was collecting cars, man. Y'all be sitting around collecting cards. We was collecting cars, and that's 100% facts.
Imagine as a guy, a modern guy today, excuse me, dude sitting at a table, right, with a lady, and she goes, "So what do you do for a living?" "I collect Pokemon cards." Ladies. I know a lot of y'all Keishas left because y'all are mad. You're like, "No, man, Kane and Max, man, they're together, man. This is double trouble." Y'all probably want that in a whole nother way. But, ladies, if there's any in here, I know there's a lot of guys sitting around with it. Anyways, ladies, if you were sitting down with a guy on a first date and you asked him what he did for a living and he said collected Pokemon cards and watched a guy on TikTok that he doesn't like, would you stay or would you leave? I want to know. If there's any ladies in here, answer the question honestly.
And y'all dudes better not be answering no question either.
Yeah, if I see that.
Mods, if there's any dudes that answer the question, get them up out immediately because it was not directed towards them.
Yeah. No, man. So I'm gonna wait a moment for y'all to answer.
Get it out.
Look at it. You can't make this up. His first name is literally what he desires. Out.
Yep. He wants that Oscar Mayer brand.
Yeah, get that out of here too, man. Look at it. You got a word for it. Out.
He wants that Oscar.
Bro, they do all that typing. Wow. Just imagine having to do this and I just go. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, it's magic. Come on, man. But look, y'all don't got to answer the question because we already know the answer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all sitting back saying, "Well, that's me, man. I don't want to say it." But I guarantee you, man, that's just the reality we live in. And when you go on the internet, the algorithm will always show you these like outliers that say, "I'm looking for a guy who collects Pokemon cards." But I guarantee you, that is what you call a situationship, and it will not last. Because at the end of the day, you can argue about nuances, but you can't argue about biology. And a lot of you guys, man, be acting like the best definition of them. And that's the reason why you end up, and y'all can fill in the blanks. So with that being said, man, I'm going to let Kane, say what he needs to say. And then we're going to go ahead and conclude this episode, man. I might come back with a singular show, but this was a special episode of the podcast. And I'm not even going to say the name now, because whenever I was giving my game, y'all interrupted my lecture with questions. So now you're not going to get the name of the podcast. You're just tuning into an episode of the podcast. Ha 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 ha. So what you got to say, Kenny?
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, mamas, aunties, and grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. We finna get up on out of here, man. We got other things we got to do. We can't sit around and cater to all the Keishas all day long, man. Otherwise, we ain't going to get nothing else done. So with that being said, y'all need to go out there and make something of yourselves. Quit sitting around trying to cope, trying to feel good. Emptying out your refrigerator and your pantry every single day. Spending all your food stamp money at the store, and you got to wait till next month, and you already done emptied out your refrigerator, and you relying on government assistance just to get you some more money. Like, come on, bro, you can't make this up. Y'all need to go make yourself something out yourself. And if you could, even if you were able to, you wouldn't. But what you should have done was you should have taken the money that you would have got from your food stamps and invested into a gym membership.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, get out of my phone. Can't end it.
Deuces.